JT, I guess first off, how do you feel like camp has gone so far for you?
It's been awesome so far. I'm just really excited to be out playing football again. It's just a really good feeling to be out with, the whole offense, competing against the defense every day.
Obviously, you were the starter for 11 games last year. You step into camp. I know Coach Helton has made it clear he'd like a competition between the quarterbacks. Just when he told you that, what was your reaction, given that you were the starter for most of last year?
Just coming to compete. He said it at the beginning of the spring, and he's maintained his position. Everybody on the team is up for competition. There's a lot of new coaching. We feel like it's a whole new culture change in the team. You got to compete every day, and I think that's how it is, for the rest of my life.
Do you feel like personally you have to earn that job?
Yeah, I think everybody feels like they have to earn their job. If you're in a competition, you got to go and win the job, right?
Sure.
How do you approach it, knowing that it could drag on into the week of Fresno State, not knowing what your standing on the team?
I really don't even I don't spend much time thinking about it. I'm learning the offense, just trying to execute as best as I can for the team every single day. There's not too much time I think anybody really spends thinking about, oh man, what if this competition keeps going on? We're just coming out and playing football.
I know the spring was pretty simplistic by design. Is there anything more in the offense now that you're in fall camp?
I don't think that's a big emphasis. It's not really about installing anything new and trying to out-scheme everybody we come against. We're going to keep running what we run. We're going to run it better than they run their defense.
In the spring, we didn't see a lot of deep shots downfield. Is that more part of the game now, or is that going to be in the package come season, or is it just not part of this offense?
I've been. That's not a question that I really have asked. I'm just focused on executing. What Coach dials up. I'm sure if he feels we have a good matchup or something like that, I'm sure Coach Graham will dial up a few deep shots. But I haven't really paid attention too much.
After learning the offense more in the spring, any part of, or what have you focused on really in the fall? Do you feel like you're at that second level of understanding in the offense?
And it really is just the more you run it and the more the more mental reps you get, whether it's watching film or running it live in person. The more you learn, the more you learn. Who's going to look hot here? The more you run it with your certain wide receivers, just how Pittman breaks on that route, or just how Tyler breaks on that route. Definitely just the more times I run it and the more reps I get, I think the more I start to really learn, how the offense functions.
From our vantage point, McLean and London have looked pretty good so far. What's been your impression of the freshman receivers?
Yeah, all the freshmen have been, incredible so far. I think the best thing about the whole bunch is that they come in, they don't talk much, and they just work. Drake and Munir in specific, they learn their whole offense. Drake knows the inside and the outside. Munir's been, tough as nails the whole time. I just love the way they compete and come out every day and work,
There wasn't a ton of buzz from Munir. Did you know much about him coming in, or has he surprised you in some ways?
He was a Jay Singer receiver, so I knew that about him. Didn't get to know him too well until he came. Definitely, I wouldn't say I was surprised because I didn't know enough about him to be surprised. But he's been unbelievable from the first play camp.
JT, I know you know Brew pretty well, having played with him in high school. Obviously, Coach Helton welcomed him back to USC. Some other Pac-12 coaches might not have done that. They've talked about, where to draw the line in terms of transfers. I guess from your perspective, does that play better to players when you have a coach like Coach Helton who will welcome you back, or is there a line where it should be drawn in terms of guys transferring?
I don't think I've ever really thought about it like that. I committed to school. I committed to Coach Helton. I love Coach Helton. Everybody knows I love playing for Coach Helton, and I love the system that we're in. I never really looked at it like that, that way, but I guess I could.
Have you talked to Brew over the past couple weeks? How's he handling, I guess? I know he's had like a fever and all that.
Yeah, all of that stuff. He's loving USC. He's happy to be back, and everybody's happy to have him back.
Is he pretty frustrated that he can't get out here right now?
Yeah, obviously he wants to be playing, but just is what it is.
How's your progression with the hot routes coming? That was
I think, it was something, that was tough. I would say it was tough the first week we put them in spring. A bunch of guys that had never worked on hot routes. Me personally never came with in a system that had built-in hot routes. I think the wideouts have done an amazing job at, learning, if I'm hot on this play or not. and it's starting to come a lot easier.
When did it start to feel easier on the hot routes?
Probably mid-spring.
Yeah.
You know, the more you do it, and you know, we get a lot of reps every practice. Very high tempo practice. You know, the more used to it you get, just the better it is.
You know, you've been developed to kind of be very cerebral before the snap and read everything, and that's maybe a challenge with this offense is doing less of that. How have you found the fine line there?
You know, yeah, I've always been that way, but it's not like it's a huge shift. Like I'm, you know, changing everything about me. I completely buy into to how we play with, you know, with our tempo. I completely, I love the way that we play. We just come up. You know, I'm not spending 20 seconds before the play, you know, IDing everything and setting protection and all that. I'm just coming up and playing football. You know, it wasn't a huge adjustment.
When you get to the line, what's the one thing in your head that you're looking for before you?
I'll do still a couple basics. You know, while everyone's getting set, I'll do a couple basic mental checks. But I'm telling the lineman, you know, the play, and then I'm snapping it.
What's the biggest adjustment you've made during this camp compared to last year?
You know, it's a whole new offense, so you know, it's a definitely different story. I think I focus a lot more in my own time on keeping my body recovered. I spent a lot of time in the training room this camp compared to last camp. You know, I didn't even know about that. I can definitely notice it helping me and how I feel and how I'm functioning. In terms of on the field with the offense, I'm really focused on the tempo and just being coming out and being a big boost of energy for the team.
The way it's designed before the snap, how much do you know where you're probably going to go, or how much is really?
I mean, it depends. It all depends play to play. Some plays there's a number one progression. You know, no matter what the look is, no matter what anything is. For the most part, I think it's like that. You know, based on the look, sometimes I can choose which side I start, but you know, it's a pretty simple. You know, it's designed to not make you overthink and analyze everything.
Let's do one more for JT.
In terms of thinking about competition and competing for that starting spot, does this year feel any different, given that you had that starting experience before?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it definitely is. Last year at this time, I'd been in college for 2 months, and it was, you know, summer ball, so there's no practice. You know, by this day, I was probably, you know, done with my fourth practice. You know, so I have a year of college under my belt. You know, I'm starting to understand how things work more and more. I definitely feel a lot more prepared. And I think it's just taking better care of myself and everything, just because I know, you know, how it works. I just feel a lot better about everything.